Hey guys, it's Laurelei Lee, and we're back for another week of RWBY, and things have started getting bad. Last episode was kind of the turning point of this volume, or at least the beginning of the turning point, as, Tyrion and Watts finally enacted their plan and framed Penny for a bunch of murders at, Robin's kind of premature victory party for the election. And then Jacques Schnee won. Everyone thinks Penny killed a bunch of people. Grimm are attacking the city as panic arises, so that's just great. I also have been spending all week on theories and predictions of what's going to happen. I have thoughts. I talked about them at the end of my last video, if you want to go back and watch that review, which I totally didn't record just before I did this reaction. Totally. No, I wouldn't do that. But, yeah. Yet again this week I have a limited time to react to this one, so without further ado, I'm just going to jump into it and talk about it later. Okay? Keep dreaming about a better world. You keep wishing for some clarity. Always hoping that a lightning bolt it's gonna save you from tragedy. You're holding on to some romantic life. Life's a masterpiece if you just believe. And all you see is all you need. Right now your hopes are shattered. All you deserve. I don't know why, I haven't been able to pick this intro up as quickly as I have with others. I'm really hoping for that fight. Not immediately, but, you know, I'm looking forward to it. As long as Birdboy doesn't die. I love him. Okay, here we go. Oh, Penny. Baby girl.
Citizens of Mantle, following the most recent Grimm attack, a temporary prohibition of assembly is now suspended. There are to be no public gatherings of any kind. Please conduct your business and return to your homes before curfew. This is for your own safety.
Hey! Stop right there! Stop running! Wait!
No military officials have gone on record to say the footage was doctored. Many citizens are still
Oh yeah, I
insisting
recorded
that
and put
the
it up too.
protector of Mantle be deactivated.
Penny.
Civilian, you are obstructing an Atlas military operation. Please step aside.
Everything all right over here? Hello?
Ooh, that's cool. She can cloak. Whoa!
This is the worst case scenario.
Holy
More
crap.
people are dead. Penny's been framed, and somehow Jacques Schnee is sitting on the council.
That's the second shipment for Amity that was hit today. It seems election night was the last push Robin needed to go from hometown hero to full-on vigilante.
I'm afraid
Well-
the problem is more complicated than that.
Yeah.
It seems Robin has emboldened our suppliers in Mantle. They're refusing to sell us provisions until the city is adequately repaired. With Robin redistributing the goods her team has stolen, the Amity project is completely stalled.
But we're so close. There has to be some way we can finish the tower.
There is. Declaring martial law.
Yeah, not good. Really not good.
You're not actually considering that, are you?
What's more important? Establishing communication to unite the world? Or appeasing a few city blocks?
Don't make it sound trivial when you know it isn't. You keep talking about how we just need a little more time, but you're not the one having to struggle.
We have all had to
Nora's
make
right.
sacrifices for the greater good. Mantle has had to bear a lot of the burden, yes, but...
They're bearing all of it! The longer this waiting game goes on, the harder each day gets for people down there. And now you want to send in more soldiers?
Yes,
You
Nora.
can't force people to fall in line. If you do that, you'll just be trading all of these problems for the Grim.
Yes. Yes, Nora. She's right.
Please, General
Hell
Ironwood.
yeah.
Squeezing Mantle this way, that kind of division plays right into Salem's hands.
Exactly.
That's why Tyrion is here framing you.
She
Right.
wants to
The
divide
reason we
you.
called you here in the first place. You're sure this was the man you saw?
Tyrion Callows was accused of murders all across Anima. A homicidal maniac who escaped justice when his prison transport was attacked by Grimm. After that, he was never seen again.
Well, he works for Salem, and he's here.
If we ever had any doubts Atlas was Salem's next target, I think those are officially out the window.
But now we have a suspect. We can tell the people.
That a long-lost serial killer is loose in Mantle and the military has no idea where he is. Might make things worse before they get better.
I am so sick of secrets.
Yes.
If you just told everyone about Amity, about Salem.
We can't! If we talk about Amity now, we risk Salem's forces, who we know are here, working to sabotage it. If we tell them about Salem now, we risk falling to the Grim before we can reunite Remnant. We have to finish the tower. I want Robin Hill in custody. We can offer her a deal if she gets Mantle to cooperate.
We'll figure it out.
Anyone not assisting with Robin needs to focus on Tyrion. I want to know who he's working with, where he's hiding, what he's planning, and how exactly that video of Penny got all over my kingdom.
It's really not good.
Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No. Ren? Ren, are we gonna have a problem?
51st. Thanks again for the assist.
Holy
on
crap.
this, you two.
No.
Now we may all be split between different trucks, but we need to be ready to act as one in case Robin's team takes the bait.
I'm
If
so
your truck
worried.
is hit, pursue immediately. Everyone else will move in as fast as possible. Going radio silent. Over.
Do you think we should have told Ironwood about Salem before he put so much on the line for Amity?
Sounds like you do.
I trust Ruby, but I think he deserves to know what he's stepping into. We all did. You don't agree?
Look around. The embargo, the military presence, the restrictions on assembly. He's a bit prone to overreacting.
If he knew.
Hard to argue with that. Still, he didn't have a lot of good options.
I'm not sure there are many good options left for any of us anymore. Keeping secrets, taking lives, it makes you wonder how far we're going to have to go to keep doing the right thing.
Blake, we did what we had to do.
I know, but next time, I want to make sure we don't have to. And I can tell you, ambushing a huntress who's just trying to help isn't an option I'm thrilled about choosing.
Yeah, no, this is not good.
Then maybe we shouldn't.
How is she doing?
She's confused, scared. We'll have her recorded visual data shortly. That should prove her innocence, but...
No, because they
damage
hacked
has
her.
already been done.
She can't see anything.
The things people are saying about
Oh,
her...
yep, that is 100% doctor.
Been there,
Doctor.
Robin would be...
I don't think Robin was their target. Salem's goal has always been to divide us. I think Penny was exactly where they wanted her. Just like at the Vital Festival.
So how did they get
Just
her
like
there?
back then, someone is using our own technology against us. This doctored footage of Penny came from her work all around Mantle. run straight from our surveillance network.
Ugh, hacking. Technology. Why can't people just do what they used to and fight to the death? A lot simpler if you ask me.
Well, if we're dealing with the same enemy from Beacon, hacking into Mantl's system would be simple. Fortunately, the rest of Atlas is running on an upgraded network.
And how would someone get access to that network?
Well, only a few people have clearance. Ironwood, Council, our cybersecurity and surveillance leads, and maybe a select few who oversee critical systems like sewage or the heating grid.
The heating grid run in partnership with the Schneedas Company.
What are you thinking?
I don't know yet, but something isn't right.
Understatement of the century.
Yeah, your dad's working with them.
How are you doing?
If Maria hadn't offered to help me these past weeks, I'd have likely collapsed by now. Getting a communications tower into the sky seems impossible on its own, but now, to think of what people want to do to my girl.
Even if the worst does happen, you can always reactivate her again. So maybe try not to worry so much.
There's a reason why Penny is the only one of her kind. When the General first challenged us to find the next breakthrough in defense technology, most of my colleagues pursued more obvious choices.
There's a thumb over a face there.
One of the few who believed in looking inward for inspiration.
You wanted a protector with a soul.
I did. And when General Ironwood saw her, he did too. Much to my surprise, the Penny Project was chosen over all the other proposals.
Why would you be surprised? You created an artificial aura.
Not quite.
You gave her part of yours?
Yes. And each time I rebuild Penny, it takes a little more. If the people get their wish and she's destroyed, I won't be able to...
Oh. She really is his daughter.
We'll
Yep.
find whoever's responsible.
Right there. He's right there.
I promise.
Robin. Scramble! No, wait! Split up and regroup at the hideout. Please stop. We just want to...
Yes. Oh man.
If Ironwood wants me, he'll have to send more than a couple of kids.
He is. Stopping the trucks alerted the ASOPs. We don't have long before they arrive, so please listen to us. You need to know the truth.
You're stalling.
Amity Coliseum, all these supplies, they're for a new communications tower.
That doesn't make any sense.
A new tower means the kingdoms can
I know
finally...
what the tower means, fisticuffs.
I love her nicknames.
One of you take my hand.
What?
You said time is short. Either take it or I'm gone.
Semblance.
Tell me again, what is Ironwood building out in the tundra?
A new communications tower. He's trying to help everyone.
She's a living lie detector.
Handy semblance.
Why keep that a secret?
Because he doesn't know who he can trust. Atlas isn't out to get anybody. The people murdering civilians in Mantle are just trying to make it look that way. And if those same people learned about Amity, they'd do everything in their power to destroy it.
So who are they? Who's actually behind this?
Yang, Blake, where are you?
We can't tell you that part yet.
Bullshit.
Look, we are trusting you, so trust us when we say that Amity Tower needs to stay a secret until it's done. We just need a little more time.
Run! We'll throw them off! I won't stop until I know the whole truth.
Come on. She's got a point. But, dang.
It's right behind that door.
The Staff of Creation.
I hoped bring you down here might jog some memories. After all, it was your idea to use the staff to lift Atlas off the ground.
I thought gravity dust kept Atlas afloat.
That's the public story. But with the staff, we have a constant, seemingly limitless energy source. Oswald speculated it could take us as high as we wanted. To tell you the truth, that served as the inspiration for the Amity Project. Get a communication tower up in the sky, higher than the Grimm can survive, so we never lose contact with each other again.
But you're not using the staff to raise Amity.
The staff can only be used for one purpose at a time. We're going to have to do Amity the old-fashioned way, dust and all.
It feels strange, knowing a part of me helps come up with all this.
You'll get used to it, I'm sure. Eventually, you don't even know who's who anymore.
That's not comforting.
We did know we see eye to eye, but I wish I could ask Osmond what he thought of all this.
Well, I can tell you what I think. The path you're heading down, where you're the only one with the answers, where you do the thing you think is right no matter the cost, it's not going to take you anywhere good.
He doesn't
We
want
have
to
to
listen to
stop
anyone else.
Salem. Nothing matters more.
Some things matter more.
Yeah.
I think. Keeping our humanity. It's what makes us different from her.
Sometimes I worry that's her greatest advantage. Without
Okay.
humanity,
That
does
is
she still feel fear?
concerning.
Does she ever hesitate? When Salem hit Beacon, being with all my ships, all of my soldiers, I was no match for her. I've never felt so helpless. The way she told me she was there.
It's okay to be afraid. You just can't let that fear control you.
I am not going to end up like Lionheart. Do you believe in me?
I do believe in you.
There are other ways to screw up
only you.
badly.
I think the best thing you could do is sit down and talk with the people you're most afraid to.
Now you are starting to sound like him.
Oscar's a good boy.
Winter. What is it?
Speak.
What's going on?
It looks like you're getting your wish.
My father's first act. We've all been invited to dinner, where the general will be defending his seat on the council.
Yikes. Even bigger yikes, because he holds 2 seats on that council. Well, like the last couple weeks, I'm gonna have to do my review separate, so see you in a second. I don't even want to talk about how long it took me to do my review this time around. It's kind of obvious because my hair color magically changed, but yeah, that episode was just a lot of decision making, or not really decision making, but debate over what the right thing to do is in this horrible situation they've gotten themselves in. Oh, from beginning to end, the whole episode was just kind of depressing because you just realize how bad things are getting. And the episode starting out with the robot arm patting Penny on the head as she was sad was just great tone setter. But yeah, they put the town at mandatory curfew after that. Robin and her huntresses are just going all out beyond the law now that she didn't get the seat on the council and everything's gone to crap, and the attack. It was cool seeing the Huntress's semblances, though. I can't remember her first name, but Marigold Girl, her ability to like make a certain area invisible, that's cool. Fiona's ability to shrink something down, that was also super cool. I think my favorite scene, though, not really favorite, like, in terms of, I enjoyed this, but, and just the impact it had, though, was Nora and Ironwood going at each other's throats. Because Ironwood, he's not great at thinking about other people than himself. He has his goal, he wants to get to it, and he doesn't really care what about, you know, the other problems he's creating getting to that goal. So him saying that he would declare martial law to be able to finish the tower, and Nora just went off. And Nora has like really stepped up to become like hero of the volume, in my opinion. And that's saying a lot, but because like everyone's doing amazing this volume, but Nora is just kicking butt. And like the passion in her voice when she's standing up for Mantle and pointing out that they're taking all of the burden of everything right now, it kind of makes me remember that we don't know where Nora's from. When she showed up in Kuroyuri, they'll point out that she was dressed weird, she looked like she was abandoned. It makes me wonder if she was originally from Mantle, and that's why she feels so passionately about it. Which is something that, you know, I hope they explore further, because we got to see Ren's background, but we haven't seen Nora's full background yet, and I'm really intrigued by that. And just her going up against him about the secrets, like, they know who Tyrion is now. They know that he was like a serial killer across the world a while back. But Clover like shut down Ruby's suggestion that they tell people because it would just cause more panic, and Nora pointing out that like that was just like the straw that broke the camel's back for her about secrets, and saying that they just need to tell everyone everything. But Ironwood does make a good point that if they told everyone about Amity, it would, you know, that Watts could find out and they could sabotage the Amity Tower. So he has a point on that, but he does need to start trusting more people rather than just the select few. The people that need to know, like Robin. But another weird thing about that scene was at the end when he was saying that he's going to do what he needs to do. Does everyone get that? And Winter and Clover said, yes, sir. And then Ren said, yes, sir. And everyone looked at him. Ren's been acting very off this volume, and like, it worries me. But I love Ren, and I want to trust Ren. I think that because we've seen, he's like, with those danger sense moments that we've seen in the past, he knows when there's something off, that there's something wrong. And I hope that's just his way of trying to get on Ironwood's good side in that way, so that he can figure out what's really going on. Because Ren is nothing if not very perceptive, and I hope that's what he's doing. But yeah. And that conversation between Blake and Yang about doing bad things to do the right thing, that kind of harkened back to Adam there for a minute. And yeah, it kind of brings back the whole idea of the greater good, which is a phrase that Ironwood actually said in this episode, for the greater good, which is always a red flag, because people that focus only on the greater good will do some horribly evil things to get where they think they need to go. But that was a really good conversation. And then all the reveals in the scene with Ruby and Pietro. I like that Ruby realized that this was just a part of Salem's plan to just divide people, and that's why she used Penny again, because it was, as she literally said, Penny was exactly where they wanted her, just like at the Vital Festival, which my question still is, how? Because they don't yet have access to the Atlas systems. They're working on it, so how did they get Penny there? I'm just saying. Something else going on. I'm just positive. But Weiss kind of connected 2 and 2. Not fully. She doesn't fully understand yet. But that to get to the newer Atlas systems, Watts is probably using Jacques' position on the council, as well as the Schneedas Company's access to the heating grid, which is something that Weiss pointed out. So they're on their way to getting access to the newer Atlas systems. But the big reveal is that Penny's aura isn't artificial. Pietro gave her part of hers, and he's running out. So this is basically Penny's last life, which is incredibly concerning and probably going to be very sad again. Thanks, Rooster Teeth. I really appreciate that one. And then they had the reveal at the end that Watts was on the development team back when the Penny Project was created, because he was in that photo. And then scene with Robin. I love her nicknames for people. Calling Young Fisticuffs is hilarious. And Robin's weapon is just so dang cool. It might be one of my favorite new weapons that we've seen. It's super rad. And Robin's semblance is also just so cool, how she was able to use it to establish trust, to learn that they were telling the truth, which that's one thing I really like about Robin, and why I love her character, is that she will, more than anything, wants to get down to the truth of the matter. She'll do what needs to be done, but she wants to know what exactly is going on, and she's not afraid to figure it out and establish trust, rather than just distrusting everyone around her, which is something I really appreciate. She's smart and negotiates, which not a lot of people in power in this show do, which is, not great. But Robin won't comply until she knows everything, which is, of course, something that they can't tell yet without causing even more panic. And then the scene with Oscar and Ironwood, which just makes me really, really concerned for a number of reasons. One, Ironwood saying that Salem's inhumanity is her advantage is like, big red flag there, bud. Not great. I mean, it might be true, but just because she knocked you down a peg does not mean that her inhumanity is a good thing. And I love Oscar pointing that out, that him not listening to anyone else, just following his own plan, is not a good thing, and that we need to focus on our humanity more than anything else, because if we lose that, we lose what we're fighting for, sort of thing. And him saying that they need to sit down and talk to the people that you're most afraid to, that was a really good moment, and that's kind of what Yang and Blake were doing in this episode, was talking to the people that Atlas is kind of shying away from, but really do need to know. Like Robin. But the most concerning part of that scene was talking about the Staff of Creation. The fact that that is what is holding Atlas up in the sky is very, very concerning, because if this goes the way of Beacon, which is very much the vibe we're getting for this volume, if they manage to get into the vault, if they manage to get the relic, Mantle is going to become a pancake. And that's probably the biggest tragedy we could see in this show. Like, Beacon was bad, but that would be devastating. That'd basically be the whole kingdom of Atlas wiped out right there. And I'm just really worried that's where this is going. 'Cause holy crap. I'm also getting huge death flags for Winter, of course, because if they do get into the vault, it could be by using Winter once she inherits the powers, and then the Winter dies, and all that great stuff I don't want to think about, but that's probably going to happen. And then the episode ends with realizing that they've been invited to the Schnees so that Ironwood can defend his seat on the council. Which is also interesting because he has 2 seats on the council, as we've established in the past, both as the headmaster of Atlas Academy and as the general of the army. So which one is he defending? Maybe both. But yeah, that was that episode. Lot to unpack. I'm really sad I put this review off for so long, but yeah. As always, thank you guys for watching. I will try to start getting episodes out on a more regular basis, especially since we're nearing the end of the volume now, because I suck. But I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.